Welcome back, UNCW, to another edition of Seahawk Central Sports. I'm Miranda Fabian.
And I'm Will Oakes. We have some exciting news for you today. Stay tuned because Seahawk Central Sports starts right now.
The women's basketball team put a beating on Mount Olive by defeating them 83-63 in an exhibition match. 4 Seahawks scored in double figures, led by Kelva Adkins and Johanna McMillan, who had 13 apiece. This young basketball team seemed to be clicking on all cylinders and looked to open up the regular season with a win against UNC Pembroke here at Trask Coliseum on November 16th.
The UNCW men's basketball team opened up their schedule last Saturday with a victory against Division II Catawba. The Seahawks were led by freshman guard Malik Pugh in his first ever collegiate appearance with 20 points. The Hawks powered past the Indians with their 27th consecutive men's basketball exhibition victory with a score of 97-68. Making their first appearance under first-year head coach Kevin Keats, UNCW forged ahead 45-43 at halftime behind 12 points and 10 rebounds from senior Cedric Williams. The Seahawks eventually pushed their lead to as many as 20 points in the second half with huge performances from Freddie Jackson and CJ Geddes. If Saturday night was any indication of the upcoming season for the Hawks, it is obvious that this team will greatly differ from the teams coached by Buzz Peterson in the past. Coach Kevin Keats brings an up-tempo run-and-gun offense with a strong focus on fundamentals and stout defense. The Hawks open the regular season next Saturday, November 15th, against rival Old Dominion at the Ted Constant Center in Norfolk, Virginia.
For all of you basketball superfans out there, this past Sunday marked the first airing of WWAY TV's new segment called The Kelvin Keats Show. The 30-minute program featured UNCW's newest head basketball coach discussing the team's progress along with matchup highlights. Mike Vaccaro hosts this 16-show series throughout the season, so be on the lookout. If you want to catch up on past episodes or would like more information on the show, log on to uncwsports.com.
And that's not all, folks. Monday, November 11th, marked the first of 15 events hosted by UNCW Seahawk Club called Lunch with Coach Keats. These events are located at Buffalo Wild Wings off of Old Eastwood Road in Wilmington. The lunch will take place at noon, and fans will have the opportunity to ask any questions they have for Coach Keats. This event is open to the public, so if you're in town, we encourage you to join in on Mondays at Buffalo Wild Wings. The show will also be streamed live on the Seahawk Digital Network and archived soon after its live airing. For those of you who can't make it to the show, you can tweet your questions to host Mike Vaccaro at Radio Mike V.
In other news, the golf team got to finish out their fall schedule in paradise. The boys participated in the Kaanapali Classic at beautiful 6,700-yard course located in Lahaina, Hawaii. Thomas Eldred finished at the top for the Seahawks, coming in 24th place. Overall, our boys finished in 9th place, and I'm sure they couldn't imagine finishing their season in a more stunning place.
For all of you students who are attending sporting events, you've probably noticed the 2 superfans at the head of the student section each night. Parker Grissom and Mike Hayes are the leaders of the Screaming Seahawks, which is a student organization dedicated to attending games and making UNCW one of the toughest places to play in the conference. Today we have them in studio for an exclusive interview with Jenna Krzina. Jenna?
Hey guys, I'm here with Parker G and Mikey Hayes, and they are the Screaming Seahawks. So guys, do you want to tell us a little bit about your club?
Well, I'm president of Screaming Seahawks now, and Parker G was president for the past 2 or 3 years.
I actually brought it out of being dormant. It was a dormant student organization that nobody was active in it, and I found out about it, and I brought it back to life, and I called it the Flyest Flock of Screaming Seahawks. I wanted to put my mark on it. So I put my mark on it and started to understand how student organizations work because I was only a sophomore and I had no idea how to do it. And so I started getting officers like vice president and secretaries, and I did all this constitution, pretty much a lot of paperwork. But really all I wanted to do was go to the sports events and lead cheers. And that's where I wanted to be. And I kind of learned how to apply for things from the bookstore, such as wigs and sunglasses and necklaces and mini megaphones and Sammys. And when I learned how to apply for those and SGA rewarded me with them, I ended up giving them to the students that came to the home sports events and kind of creating this like atmosphere of you come to the games, you get rewarded. And from then on, you know, for 3 years, I have been going to just about every home sports event and interacting with the people who come. It can be parents all the way down to little kids, but I really wanted a college student section that would come to every sports event. And they meet the players, and when they meet the players, they become friends with them, and then when they become friends with them, they end up coming to all the games, and that's what I did. I met the players, and I became great friends with them, and when I became great friends with them, I wanted other people to meet them. So that's kind of what the student organization was a way to get students, I like to say, breaking down the bridge between fans and athletes.
Okay. So do you have a favorite sport that you like to go to and cheer for, or?
Yeah, I mean, what I've noticed here at UNCW is that we don't have a football team.
Yes.
And so the talent, the money, and that's all spread out. It's not all focused on one team, which is how it is at big schools with a football team. And so we're pretty much good at all the sports. From swimming and diving, we swim in the ocean, so we've had 12 conference championships in a row, like dynasty. And then now our baseball team's really good, the Diamond Hawks, our basketball team is good, and our tennis team, people don't really know about our tennis team, but I actually do the announcements for them.
Okay.
So I actually announce them like UFC fighters. And and that's my way of giving back, I like to think, and they chose me for that. And they are so good because they're from other countries, right? And we have money to get students from other countries, and so our tennis team beats Harvard and Yale like it's nothing, So I really like to see that, and I love seeing UNCW upset these big schools in all the sports.
Well, it's awesome that you're so into all the sports here and go to all the different events. So since basketball season is pretty much just started, they had their first expo game, exhibition game. The other, what was it, Friday night, Saturday?
It was Saturday night.
Saturday night.
Against Catawba.
Yep, and they won.
Yep, 97 to 68.
Yep. So since basketball season is coming up, you have a promotional video coming up with different cheers and things like that to get more people involved. Do you want to tell us a little bit about the video?
Yeah, so we actually recorded it today at this thing called the Wings Up Rally. And the Wings Up Rally, we just encouraged students to come out. And when they came out, we had about 30 students come out. And I had a film major come out with her camera. And we got to pretty much accomplish one of my dreams. I've had a dream since I was a freshman. And it's to create a video to teach people how to cheer at a sports event. So there's two basic cheers, like let's go Seahawks, let's go. Like that's a basic one. It's really simple. And then defense. Like those are two really basic ones. And so pretty much I developed 10 cheers that are not too complex, and anybody can learn them. And we recorded it, and it's an instructional video actually. So students that want to come to the home sports events need to watch the video, learn the cheers, and then when they learn the cheers, come to the home sports basketball game and participate in them.
Okay. Well, where can students access this video?
It's going to be all over the Facebook, Twitter.
Do you guys have your own Facebook and Twitters?
We do.
You do? What are your Twitter and Facebook?
It's facebook.com/Screamin' Seahawks.
Okay.
And then you can follow us on Twitter at Screamin' and then the letter C Hawks.
Okay. Well, I want to thank you guys for coming out here today. Parker G and Mikey Hayes. They are the leaders of the Screaming Seahawks. And so you guys can check out the videos on Facebook and Twitter. And we're going to bring it back to you, Will and Miranda.
Thanks, guys. That's all we have for today's show. Thanks for tuning in to Seahawk Central Sports. As always, I'm Miranda Fabian.
And I'm Will Oakes. And remember, Seahawk fans, win, lose, or draw, it's always a great day to be a Seahawk. Have a great week, UNCW.